everybody. You could mute my slippers on. Let's take them off. Okay, so let's begin. Today we're going to do some chair yoga. So find that comfortable chair, make yourself comfortable, hands onto your lap. I like to just relax mine, palms facing up. And we're going to begin by gently closing your eyes and taking a few moments to become aware of your breathing. So gently breathing in through the nose, breathing out through the mouth. So with your eyes closed, this class this week is the theme of trust. So trust is a choice, an active choice. It's not a passive hope, but it's an active choice to be present with uncertainty. So there is sort of two forms of trust. There is trust outside of ourselves, and that means letting go of control and believing things will unfold as they should. And then we have trust internally, which means that we trust that gut feeling or that inner knowing. So when you put both of those together, I suppose the sense of having whole trust means it is the calm confidence that you hold that you are going to be supported by the world while being guided by yourself. And so it's a lovely way to think about trust. So we're going to begin our session this evening. So we're simply going to turn the palms out and we're going to inhale, reaching up into a lovely stretch, bringing the hands in prayer overhead, and then you're turning the palms out and back down just alongside you. So we turn the palms out, inhale, sweep the energy up, and then exhaling out through the mouth as you relax the hands back down. So you're breathing in, lifting the ribs all the way up from the pelvis, and then breathing out, relaxing everything as you come back down. So you're breathing deeply through the nose, and then on the exhale, you have that like ha sound, like you're fogging up a mirror on the exhale. So breathe in, reaching up, breathing out all the way down. So we're going to do a few rounds. Let's do 10. Let's do 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Hands back onto the knees, close your eyes and take 2 breaths. So for our next one, we're going to take the arms out wide, palms are facing forward. This is going to be your inhale, and on the exhale, you're just going to simply sweep over one of the arms and touch one of the hands and touch the arm. So you're breathing in, opening the heart, and then you're going to go onto the other side, exhaling, tap. So breathing in, exhaling. So the torso is staying facing forward, you're staying grounded, feet on the ground. So the torso, the upper body isn't, so you're not twisting, okay, you're just going from side to side. So we're just bringing some space into the shoulders. So it's like you're normally we're squeezing the shoulder blades together, but this time we're just opening them and bringing some energy into those shoulders. So keeping the arms nice and straight as you sweep across. So breathing in and then breathing out. Breathing in and then tapping, breathing out. So let's do a few more. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. Okay, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and last one, And we take the arms out, back onto the knees, relax your shoulders and take 2 breaths here. So in through the nose and out through the mouth. So now for our next one, we're going to place our hands gently. So you're crossing them on top of the shoulders. This is more of an energetic move. So you're going to grip the energy. So it's like make a little fist, and then you're going to pull the energy apart, squeezing the shoulder blades together at the back. So that's opening up the front of the body, opening up the chest. And then on the exhale, you relax and tap the shoulders. Inhale, catch the energy, pull it open, squeezing the shoulder blades. You can have a little look up, lift the chin slightly, and then exhaling, relaxing and tapping. So you're breathing in, pulling, so there's that pulling energy. And then exhaling, relax and release. Inhale, grab the energy, pull it open, open the chest, and then exhaling, close. Let's do 5 more. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Well done. Hands back down onto these, close the eyes and take 2 rounds of breath. So for our next one, we're just going to realign the spine. So prayer hands come to the heart center. So for me, I might look like the opposite way around the camera, but go as I speak it, maybe that might help. So we're going to bring our prayer hands all the way to the left. Now, as we do this, we're drawing the left shoulder back and you're drawing the right shoulder in towards the center line. But now you're going to glance over that right shoulder. On the exhale, you're going to go to the other side. So the prayer hands come all the way to the right. Now again, pull back the right shoulder, draw the left shoulder into the middle line and glance over that left shoulder. So you're inhaling. Remember, you're bringing the prayer hands to the left and the head to the right. And then exhaling, prayer hands go to the right and head goes to the left. So inhaling, prayer hands to the left, head to the right. Exhaling, prayer hands come to the right and head goes to the left. So breathing in and then the opposite way, breathing out. Breathing in. Let's breathe out. We're just going to do 1 more on each side. Breathing in. Breathing out. And then gently come back to center. And so for this one, we're going to cactus the arms. So elbows are just at about shoulder height, and I want you to spread the palms of the hands really, really wide. So this is your cactus shape, okay? But we're going to bring a lateral bend into it. So you can plant your right hand across your thighs, take hold of that thigh muscle, and then sweep the upper hand all the ways over so the arm is in line with your ear. You're going to rotate your heart towards the ceiling, looking up, pressing both feet down onto the earth, and you're here for 3 breaths. So see if you can just slightly shift that right shoulder away from your ear, and you're reaching as far as you can go all the way over to the right. So you're here now for 3 breaths. Breathing, feeling the opening in between the ribs, feeling the stretch from the hip to the armpit, out through the fingers. So this is this lovely line of energy. Be mindful of your neck. If you find it a little bit of a strain in your neck looking up, just gently turn your glance down. And that might suit you better. You might find more space. So the energy is always going through the crown of the head here and through the fingertips. Now you're going to stay in your lateral bend, but remember you're coming back to that cactus now with the upper arm. So you're cactusing and then you're inhaling, reaching and stretching in your lateral bend. Then you exhale back to cactus. Inhale, sweep, exhale, cactus. That's it. Breathe in, sweep, breathe out, cactus. We're going to do a few more. Inhaling, exhaling. Inhaling through your mouth or through your nose, and then exhaling through your mouth. Let's do 2 more. So breathing in, stretch. Breathing out, cactus. Breathe in, stretch. Breathe out, cactus. Now slowly come back up to a seat. Readjust. Give a little wiggle. Readjust yourself. And we're going to come to the opposite side. So now, remember the cactus. But we're taking the left hand now across the knees. I like to take a grip here or a hold, and then I'm going to sweep that arm over. So the upper arm is in line with the ear. I'm tilting my heart towards the ceiling, looking up, getting the most out of that stretch, and we're going to be here for 3 breaths. So breathing deeply, so you should be able to feel the belly fill up with air as you breathe. So we nearly exaggerate the breath for these classes. So you're just going to get most out of it. So big inhale, and then exhale, cactus the arm. Inhaling, reach. Exhale, cactus. So when we're reaching, we're really stretching through the upper body. When we cactus, we're bringing that shoulder blade back into the center line. So you're breathing in, breathing out. We're going to do 3 more. Breathe in, breathing out. 2. Let's do 1. Back to cactus, and then gently come all the way back up, sitting up nice and tall. Roll those shoulders back and down. Close your eyes and take 2 breaths. So for this one, we're going to do heel and a toe, okay? So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, okay? And then you do the opposite leg, heel and toe. So 1, 2, 3, and 4, okay? Opposite leg again. So stretch out the heel, then toe under the seat, heel, toe under the seat, and swap, heel, and toe, heel, and toe. So heel and toe, heel and toe, okay, heel and toe, stretch, heel and toe. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. We're going to bring the arms into this now, okay? So we're coming back into that cactus, okay? So they'll be opening and closing. So it's 1, so you're pointing, you're taking the heel and the toe and opening and closing. 3 and 4, opposite side. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 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 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's do another round. 2, 3, 4, and 1, 2, 3, 4. Well done. Hands come all the way back down. Plant the feet. You can take 2 breaths here. And then when you're ready, you're going to step the feet out just a little bit wider than hip distance. So it's like nearly a little bit wider than your chair. You're going to sweep your hands, let them cross over at the top, and then exhale, you let them cross as you come down. So you're breathing in, breathing out. So it's like you're gathering and sweeping energy, and then breathing out as you come down. So inhaling up, exhaling on the fold. Breathe in, breathe out. Breathing in, breathing out. Let's do 10 and 9 and 8 and 7, 6, 5 and 4 and 3, 2 and 1. Hands back down, feet together. Reorganize yourself a little bit. Hands onto your thighs, close your eyes and take a moment. Okay, so for this one, we're going to keep the feet on the ground, but you're going to pulse the hands. So the palms are facing forward, so it's 2 pulses. So it's 1, 2, and then 3, 4. You're tapping the opposite knee. 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. 2 more rounds. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Last round, we'll do it again. 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Well done. We'll come back. So this one, I'm finding it difficult myself. So it's a one for our memory, and it's just a little bit of fun before we finish up, before we come to our little bit of, it's not a meditation tonight, it's just a little bit of philosophy. So you'll have to bear with me because it takes even me a few minutes to get going with this. So we make a fist, tuck your thumb into your fist. You make a fist, but the thumb is in the fist, okay? And then you turn them towards you, okay? So you have them back towards you, and then you're going to turn them towards each other. Okay, so the knuckles are pointing towards each other. And then I'm going to, so this is my right hand here. So I'm going to point my right index finger all the ways over there to the left, and my little pinky finger on the left hand is pointing in the other way. So can you see that? So it's like that, okay? So index finger and pinky finger. And then I want you to swap, okay? So you stick out the left index finger and the little pinky finger, and then you're going to do them every second one, okay? Like that. And you go over and back. How are you getting on? So even for me, my brain has to think about it or not think about it maybe, okay? So every second one. Okay, how are you doing? Now if I look at it, I'm totally, well, see, like finished. So if I get moments of it and then moments not of it. So this is really good to get our brains thinking or our brains going. So instead of a meditation this evening, we're going to go back and speak a little bit about trust. So I found it really interesting this week. I was watching the TV and I did see a documentary, I think it was on YouTube, of a guy called Pierre, and he was a tightrope walker, and he was challenging himself to do a Grand Canyon tightrope walk. So between 2 canyons, and all his life he's been doing it since a child, and he never uses a net. So there was thousands of people, the cameras were all there, and he was really getting the crowd behind him, and he was preparing for his tightrope walk, and he was sort of shouting to everyone, do you trust that I'm going to get across? And everybody was, you know, yelling and saying, we trust you, Pierre, we trust you. And he was saying, do you trust me? And they were saying, yes, we really trust you. So the cameras went on him, and even I was nervous watching it. And you know the way they have that pole as they go across the tightrope, So Pierre crossed the canyon, and even halfway across, the commentator was just saying the wind was picking up, and you could see he was getting quite unbalanced as well. So he went to the other side, and then he had to come back. And he made it across, and the crowd were really cheering and went wild, really, because it was some achievement, you know, to get across. And then he said, "Do you trust me to do it again?" And they were all screaming, "Yes, we do." And so this time they brought out an added attraction, if you want to call it. They brought out a wheelbarrow, and he said, "I am going to go across now the tightrope." And he said, "I am going to push the wheelbarrow across." And he was saying, "Do you trust me that I'm going to be able to do this?" And the crowd were really supportive, and they were really getting behind him, and they were really sort of yelling that they trusted him. And he was really delighted with it. And he picked out a gentleman from the crowd. And I have the notes in it here. He picked out a gentleman from the crowd, and he said, "You trust me to get across with the wheelbarrow?" And this gentleman said, "I definitely do." And then his next thing was, he said to him, "Well, get in." So the crowd went completely silent, and everybody had their eyes on this gentleman. And he was like, you know, he was just after shouting off the top if he said that he trusted him to get across. And suddenly, you know, the guy was saying, "We'll get into the wheelbarrow, and you know, you're going to come across with me." And so that man just went, absolutely no way was he getting into the wheelbarrow. So I suppose it got me thinking during the week that trust can often be mistaken for a feeling of certainty, but it's an actual commitment to our vulnerability. That's what trust is. So I suppose it is the silent contract that we make, not with just the outside world, but with the inside world as well, you know, because each time we take a step into the unknown, we are choosing to believe in our own inner resources. So we're trusting our resilience, our courage, our wisdom, that it will be enough to meet whatever is going to challenge us. So trust doesn't eliminate, as I saw, risk. However, it simply affirms your own strength to navigate the outcome, regardless of the fall. So what was happening with Pierre really was, I suppose, the story and the reflection of this sort of match the crowd's silence. You know, one minute they were vocalizing real trust and committing to the whole thing, and next thing there was a hesitation, not about Pierre's skill at all, but about the lack of commitment, I think, because of the risk that gentleman didn't really want to take. So I suppose the seriousness of the reflection focuses us to see the true trust, which isn't a statement about the person on the tightrope, but it's really a sort of a quiet internal affirmation of our own strength. So the man getting into the wheelbarrow, he wasn't questioning Pierre's skill like he did trust it, but he was questioning and trusting how resilient and strong and wise he was to get into the wheelbarrow. So yeah, it's just something to think about this week. You know, where do we put our trust, and why do we put our trust there? And really, when it comes down to it, trust is an internal part of us. You know, it's about trusting ourselves and being vulnerable and being okay in uncertainty as well. So it's just something to think about this week, the story of trust. So we'll finish our session this evening by bringing our hands to prayer at the heart center. We'll bring our thumbs to our third eye. May we have peace in our thoughts this week. To our mouth, may we have peace in our words this week. And to our hearts, may we have love and peace in our hearts this week. We will bow to our own hearts. Namaste. And then we will all namaste to each other. Namaste, everybody. Thank you for tuning in, and I look forward to seeing you again soon. So enjoy those lovely stretches this week. As I said, get them in before breakfast, 15-20 minutes, and it will be a lovely start to your day. Take care, everyone.